Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick little video because I gotta take my battery out. I'm pretty sure my battery is probably either needs to be topped up with fluid or just replaced because... Alright, so I've got 4 bolts here holding this battery plate in, where there's these brackets here that my dad made just coming off the frame, and then he made this battery plate, I guess you can say, or cradle, more or less. So the battery sits in there, and then I've got these 4 short bolts just holding it in there snug, and of course like a strap there, just keeping everything nice and tight so the battery doesn't bounce around. So I need to drop my battery down first. I've got a bucket over there. I'm just gonna let it sit on the bucket until I've got the cables undone. So, oh, and by the way, this is the first time this bike has ever been on a jack lift. It's always just been put up on one of these stands when I've been working on it. So that's kind of like a milestone for this Harley. First time it's ever been on a jack lift, and it makes me a little bit nervous. Oh my gosh, it makes me so freaking nervous having this thing on here. Oh, it's all Loctited, so everything's a little bit of a harder turn, of course. Anyone who works on Harleys knows the whole Loctite story. Loctite everything all the time. Okay, I gotta go on the other side of the bike, so I'll loosen up. So I've got this Pixar lamp laying on the floor here, and I guess it works good enough. I probably could have wiped all this filth out of everything before I got working on here. So I'm just gonna loosen these just a little bit more, and then I'll throw the bucket under there. I don't know, hopefully this lighting's not too bad for you guys. Working in this ghetto setup. Let's get these all out most of the way. Okay, so do this one a little bit, and I'll go on to the other side of the bike. Those are almost all the way undone. So, get down in here. Man, I'm glad I have this lift now. I can't even see this bolt from where I have to work on it. There we go, I can see it from there. I'll leave those ones in a bit, and I'll take the front ones out, or the back ones out first. Okay, so got my bucket under here, and I just tracked down some random wood pieces that we have around. Like, wood blocks of all sizes are essential when you're working on Harleys in our shop anyway. So, because I want to have all of the weight now, I don't want any of the weight of the battery hanging on these bolts, because these bolt holes are just, they're just the perfect, there's no slop. There's no slop here in these bolt holes, right? So everything is just tight fitting enough that if you have any of the weight of the battery on these bolts, it makes it really annoying to try to undo them. I just thought, like, I've had a few people comment on my videos and just ask, like, where's your battery and all that. And I did show, like, I show all these little different details and stuff of my bike in a couple videos that I've got that are just titled my my bobber Shovelhead, something like that anyway. And yeah, so that's kind of why I just wanted to make a video of this, just so that you guys can all see how this all really fits down in here. Yeah, all this loosening bolts part can get sped up. Okay, put these over here. Front, back. Now on this side, I'm just gonna slide this bucket over out of the way, keeping those blocks where they need to be. My fingers are just too weak. Might be a tomboy, but I still have girl hands. Thank God. Keep these in order. Back. Filthy. Now, can let this drop down a little bit, and I'll undo the battery cables. So, I'm just gonna slide that out. Obviously, I do not want it hanging on the cables. Okay, so I didn't go home and get changed today because I didn't want to, and I think I'm like the master of not getting my clothes dirty in the shop somehow. But even though, like, I still get them dirty, but man, I'm working in a freaking light pink blouse. Luckily, I just have jeans at the shop here where my bike is. So I just want to undo this strap so that I can get those cables out of where they are tucked in underneath of it. That undone. That up there. And should be able to wiggle it out the hole it's in. There we go. It's dirty in there. Oh, look at all that. That's from the rain. That's from getting caught in the rain. All that sand in there. Not like that. Alright, got that out there. Let's get this strap out of the way and get this up off of the floor. I was taught to always put fasteners, if you can, back on the things they come off of so you don't lose them. And it's so funny because to me that seems like common knowledge. Like, that just seems like a no-brainer type thing now, I guess because I was raised that way. But there's so many people that I see work on stuff and they take fasteners and parts and whatever off and just toss them all over the bench or wherever. And I'm just sending a smaller wrench for that. All right. Okay, I can get this out of here now. No point in working on it jammed up underneath of the bike if I don't need to. Okay, so I just pulled my battery out from underneath of the bike so I can work on it a little bit easier. All I gotta do now is just undo the cables, and then it's kind of nice having it out because I can clean a bunch of this stuff that I haven't been able to get to, like after the rain. It's still got like sand and stuff in here. This bike's just not made for the rain. And I also wanted to just show you guys this little extra bit of security that my dad put on here, just a little rubber sleeve on the positive lead, on the positive post on the battery, just to prevent my positive from ever accidentally like touching into the frame or anything like that. That's gonna short that out, because if you touch your positive while your negative is hooked up, you're gonna short stuff out on your bike and wreck who knows what, right? So I don't know if my dad's like that on every bike, but he's like it on my bike. I'm gonna undo the negative first because that's what you're supposed to do. Because like what I just said, you don't want to short stuff out. And as long as the negative's not hooked up, you won't short stuff out with the positive lead. So, see our homemade washer? It's a little piece of one of these cut off. There we go. Undo this one. Dang, the lights in here just suck. There's no way to not make a shadow. Sorry if there's tons of shadow in this video. Since I don't have a baby around with baby fingers to pull this bolt out, I grabbed baby needle nose pliers instead. Everybody can use a little shop baby sometimes. Get that out of there. Okay, those are just gonna have to sit there for a minute while I get this off. This thing is not moved off of this battery for like 5 years. So, you jam a screwdriver underneath of there to help get that off. Unless I can work it off. Oh, yeah, looks like I can work it off with my thumb a little bit. I remember when I was working at Harley, this just reminds me of it. Because pushing stuff up with my thumb like that, there was this one sales guy, he would sell new Street Glide or whatever, you know, something with the bags on it to a customer, and the customer would ask to get the reflectors that are on the back of the bags taken off. They're just like double-sided taped on, but it's like it's like sturdy double-sided tape, this stuff. And legally, he was not allowed to remove those reflectors for people buying the motorcycles because you have to have them on there. So he would, it was so annoying, man, because I was a lot tech. So my job was to like clean the bikes and whatever, get them all ready for the customers to take home, fill them up with gas, you know, all that stuff. Anyway, so he was just like an I don't want to say too much about him, but he would just, anyway, he would agree to do this for customers, but then he would roll the bike to the back and be like, hey, like, can't leave it in my wash bay and get me to do it. And he only ever actually, like, I only ever actually did it for people once or twice, but I just remember the one time I did it, like, he's like, hey, you just gotta heat you gotta heat it up with the heat gun, and then it makes the glue soft, and then it should just peel off. And I'm in like a mad rush trying to get all these bikes washed for customers who are waiting for their bikes after they've been serviced. It was like the middle of summer, so just insanely busy. And like, you know, other bikes ready for new customers who are bringing their bikes home. And he brings this bike to the back to get me to freaking take these glued on reflectors off. And I heated this up. And I remember like rolling the glue off of the things, but it was like hot enough. And then just the friction of rolling, I got these huge, disgusting blisters on my thumbs, like within a moment of doing this. And it was just so... Man, I was so mad about it, like, and my thumbs just had these huge, gross blisters, and then I was, like, having to wash bikes for the rest of the day, and it was just, like, stupid. I never did that again. Like, I never did. Man. They liked me, at least, so I was able to tell people where to go without really getting in too much trouble. So, get that out of there. See? There's a piece of rubber in there too, just cushioning, which I'm going to take out to get that all cleaned. But, fits perfectly. I'm not going to, oh yeah, see? Just perfectly fits. So that job's all done for now. and I just have it sitting over on the bench over there, and I'm gonna take it with me tonight, and then in the morning I will go see if I can find a new one and just cross my fingers that somebody has got something in stock. Hopefully I can get a battery tomorrow. Okay, I've been like a little bit of a drag butt on the Dyna deal, but I did pick up some parts and stuff for it, so just whatever basic things, fork seals, a new brake lever that I needed to replace, and anyway, you guys are all looking forward to that Dyna series, I know, and it's coming, I promise. I plan on being here in the shop is like all day tomorrow, other than maybe a couple hours that I have to go to work for a staff meeting. And yeah, and I plan on doing some filming and doing some work and getting some videos out, reading some comments, looking at some emails. I got enough stuff to film that I've got a lot of content coming. I know I can't just keep putting out riding videos because they're all fun and all that, but really, y'all want to see me do some other stuff, I think. So that's what I plan on getting done in the near future, like tomorrow future. But like always, I think you all have heard the spiel before, and you know, if you like what you see, or if you just like me, or even if you don't like me but you like my bike, look at that bike, then please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, please, and turn on that little notification bell if you want to be notified every time I put a video out. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.